Hey, what's up, everybody? Been a long time. Not done a review in quite a while now. So excited to be back. Do have plans over the next couple of weeks to do several of these. But thought we would start off today with the most recent everyday carry that I have been using, and that is the Springfield Hellcat. So the Springfield Hellcat, it comes in 3 different models. It comes in this OSP version that you have here, the micro OSP. It also is available in the Pro, which is more of a full size. And as of last year in 2025, they actually came out with the micro like this, but in 380. They're just released not too long ago one called an RDP, which is the Rapid Defense Package. It's basically your micro OSP like this, but with a threaded barrel, and it has a patent pending self-indexing compensator that goes on the end to help with some muzzle flip and recoil and things like that. Because a lot of times on a light polymer striker fired compact pistol like that, muzzle flip can be an issue. This, as small as this gun is, there is some flip, but nothing that, with practice you can't get under control and get your follow-ups down to a decent time. After a little bit of training. I've had this one a couple weeks now, put around 200 rounds through it at this point, and just actually on Easter Sunday started carrying it as a concealed on Easter Sunday. Wanted to make sure I was comfortable enough with it before I actually began to rely on it. So the Hellcat is imported by Springfield Armory. This gun is actually made, as you can see there, by HS Product in Croatia. HS Product is also the same company that created the XD line for Springfield. So a lot of us are used to that name or that product before we even, saw the name or heard the name. We're familiar with the products that they've made. They started making the Springfield Hellcat back in 2019. They're still making it, of course. It's a great selling gun. Back in 2020, it was American Rifleman's Pistol of the Year. It's available in the black and I think a flat earth brown are the 2 colors that you can get this in at this point. This one came in a package called the Range Pack. So when I purchased this, it came with the Crimson Trace slide already installed. It came with 5 magazines, 3 11-round and 2 13-round mags. Those are your standards for the micro OSP model. There are 15 and 17-round mags available, extended rounds. I'm not really sure what the Pro model comes with, what their capacities are. And then, of course, for the people that aren't as lucky and have a limit on their capacities, they do have those 10-round mags available. Sorry for you. But like I stated, this gun is a striker-fired polymer frame. The barrel and the slide, both steel. The slide is a billet machine steel, and then the barrel is hammer forged steel. Both are finished with melanite to kind of help ensure there's no corrosion or anything like that. Just another layer of protection. The magazines are steel as well. They come in the 13 rounds and the 13 rounds and the 11-round magazines that you can see here. Now, both of these magazines have the flat base on them. they actually came with this extended mag base, but I prefer the flat bases. I'm a kind of a thinner guy, so to kind of cut down on the profile, make sure it's not popping through on my shirt or anything like that. For the two magazines that I carry primarily, I went with the flat bases. The extended mags, I still have a couple with these on there, laying around, the house and things like that, if needed. But I prefer the flat bases on these mags. One of the really nice things about this pistol are the sights. You can see on the rear sight, you've got that tactical rack slide with that nice white semicircle. That front sight, let's see if we can get it to show a little better. That front sight there is tritium luminescent on the front sight, or on the front sight, so that will glow. Say you put this pistol in a closet or your gun safe or whatever it might be for a good amount of time. If pull it out, that's not glowing for you anymore. You hit it real quick with a flashlight for a minute or two, put it out in the sun for a minute or two, and you're going to get that glow right back because of the luminescence on this. I've actually seriously considered removing the optics from this, just because the factory iron sights are so nice, and I don't really care much for this little hangover that you've got on this Crimson Trace optic that came on it. That is probably one of the features that I dislike the most out of this gun. It is cut for the optics, so to sell it and to get it right out of the box, and to have that fit, I think they could have done better on that. The OSP, which is the optical sight pistol, is what that stands for. So they all come with that plate that can be removed. So if you purchase a model that doesn't come with the optics already on there, you pull out a couple screws and can install your own really easily. The grips are really nice. It's got a really good feel to it. Fits the hands really well. And it's, for a concealed carry, it's probably about as good as it gets. So kind of the specs on this, it does have that 3-inch barrel. The overall length on this firearm is 6 inches. The overall height is 4 inches, 4.5 inches if you have the extended mag. And at your widest point there on the grip, you're looking at about 1 inch. So very small pistol, but very comfortable in the hand. Fits really well. Like I said, it is a light polymer frame pistol, but even with that and the weight on this just being 18 ounces, 23 to 24 ounces loaded, depending on extended mag and what ammo you're using and things like that. Very light, but easy to get back on for your second shot, if that recoil does pull you off of target. It's pretty quick recovery to get back on. Like I said, really didn't care much for the overhang on that optic. Another thing is the serrations on this slide. I do wish those were a little bit deeper. I think that would open this up to some more people if they do have hand strength issues and being able to pull that slide back. instances like that, this optic may actually, be of help to somebody that's got those kinds of issues, or may have problems pulling a slide back if they don't have a deep enough serration. So they could have gone a little bit deeper on those. But overall, I love it. Run around 200 rounds through it. At 10 yards, there's no problem in keeping your groupings within 3 inches with this. So overall, I'm very happy with the Springfield Hellcat. I was carrying, prior to this, a Kimber R7 Mako, the first edition. They just came out with the second gen, I believe, late last year. But I have now, this has now taken the place of the Kimber R7. And I did bring the Kimber R7 out also, to kind of just give you an idea of the size comparison and things like that of the R7. The R7, I'm going to do another review on, because it's a great pistol itself. This one, I actually had the optics put on this. This is just a Zero Tech optic. A buddy of mine, Brian at Kentucky Outdoorsman in Corbin, Kentucky. Check them out if you're ever in the area. They're awesome guys. Everyone there is awesome. He told me to consider this optic because this is the first one I've ever owned. I didn't want to go out and spend $400, $500, $600 on a Holosun or a Trigicon or one of those really expensive optics, not knowing if it's something that I would be interested in. But anyway, just to get back to the Hellcat, you can kind of see there the difference in size and the length of the two. Not much difference in the height. The height is actually larger on the Springfield, but that's mostly because of that Crimson Trace optic on there. But overall, you can see that the Springfield Hellcat is smaller than the R7 Mako. It's not by a lot, but quarter of an inch, half an inch, when you're using it as your everyday carry, can make a big difference. I'm actually thinking of taking the Zero Tech optic off of the Kimber and installing it onto the Hellcat, just because it's nothing against the Crimson Trace optic that came on here, but the Zero Tech just seems to have a better fit, better feel. It could just be that I've trained with that one more, and who knows, maybe I will go out and spend a little bit more on the next optic. The Hellcat, the Springfield says, has a trigger weight of between 5.5 and 7 pounds. This one is breaking just over 6 and some change. But they say once you hit around 500 rounds with this, it just gets smoother and smoother. The trigger pull on it now is a nice clean break. You can see there. So overall, a great little pistol, great everyday carry pistol. I really started looking at these when I saw them online. Chad Wright at 307 was discussing how he had moved over to the Springfield from a Glock. And I was kind of worried because I've owned XDs in the past, and just never really had any luck with the XD line. The only other Springfield I had ever owned was the EMP, which was an alright pistol. I've never been super big on the 1911s. You know, I own a couple Kimber 1911s and things like that, but it's just not my favorite. I'm more of a striker fired kind of guy, I guess. So yeah, definitely, if you're out there, if you're looking for a nice, reliable, consistent, easy to break down, easy to shoot, right out of the box pistol, the Springfield Hellcat is definitely an option you should look at. If you're looking to get something with you know, a little less recoil, a little less flip, that 380 might be more your speed. You know, 85 grains compared to 115 does make a difference. And I'm still, you know, really considering getting the RDP version, that Rapid Defense Package package setup, just so I can have that compensator on the end to see, you know, really what kind of difference that makes. If anybody out there has run has the RDP or has shot the RDP, definitely share with us. Let me know what you think, because overall, yeah, the Springfield Hellcat is a winner, and definitely worth checking out. So thanks for watching. Please keep an eye out, stay tuned, and we'll be doing another review here in the next couple of days. Thanks.